Hi, Mystery Recapped here. Today, I'm going to explain an action sci-fi movie called Logan's Run. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The story is set in the 23rd century, where prolonged periods of war, overpopulation, and pollution have wiped out large swaths of human society. The survivors now reside in a giant domed city and live a hedonistic life, where a powerful AI provides every basic need. In this utopian world, babies are only born in artificial chambers using sperm and eggs donated by adults. The newborns, each with a gemstone encrusted on the palm, are then raised by the AI until a certain age. The gemstone shines with different colors depending on the age of the person. However, in a shocking twist, when a person turns 30, the gemstone turns red, and they are painlessly terminated in a public ritual called the Carrousel. Most citizens of the domed city believe that the terminated individuals are renewed as newborns. However, a section of people believe it to be propaganda spread by the AI, and that the Carrousel is a death ritual. Such extremist individuals run away when they turn 30 and are known as runners. To stop them, the domed city has its advanced police force called Sandman. While ordinary citizens lead a considerably normal life, the Sandmen live lavish lives in luxurious mansions. In the present day, a Sandman named Logan 5 and his colleague Francis 7 join a large crowd that is heading towards the city's amphitheater to attend this month's Carousel event. Despite human lives being terminated, the event is seen as entertainment by the general public. When the ritual begins, the 30-year-olds enter the stage with loud cheers. They wear caped gowns and masks and stand around a giant lotus placed at the center. Then, bright beams of light enclose the stage, which begins rotating. As a result, the masked people, one by one, float up towards the source of the beam. As the gathered audience chants "Renew, renew," the masked people are hit with beams of laser, vaporizing them on the spot. The public explodes in cheers as they believe that these terminated people are now renewed into newborn babies.
My buddy Paul's a fetus, everybody! Yeah!
Francis and Logan are engrossed in the ceremony when suddenly the latter gets a message on his communication device. He is informed that there is a runner trying to escape the city through the western wall. So, Logan immediately leaves to deal with the situation and is closely followed by Francis. They soon reach the western wall and go after the runner using an advanced scanning device. Surely enough, they see the criminal, a man clad in a red dress, trying to sneak out of the city. A chase then ensues through the facility, and the Sandmen laugh whenever they shoot at their victim. Eventually, the poor man is cornered against a balcony, which is high up in the wall. He is so desperate to leave this wretched city that he jumps and falls to his death. And he doesn't even get to become a sperm. In the aftermath of this incident, Logan uses his scanner to check the criminal's identity. To his surprise, the dead body of the runner has an entirely different face from the photo in the city's database. The scanner concludes that the criminal had undergone cosmetic surgery before trying to escape. Logan then calls for the cleanup crew and confiscates the runner's belongings. They include a small metal pendant shaped like a cross, but with an arch on the top. He and Francis then leave the scene, and soon the cleanup team arrives. That night, Logan goes to his luxurious Sandman apartment and uses a machine named Grid. It is a real-life dating app where different people enter themselves in a chamber and get randomly matched with others. Logan matches with a beautiful young girl named Jessica 6, who physically appears in his apartment through Grid. She is wearing a rather odd necklace whose pendant is identical to the cross that Logan found earlier on the runner. However, he ignores it and tries to get intimate with her. To his surprise, she says no, explaining that she's feeling sad after losing a close friend in today's Carousel. This baffles Logan, and he is further disturbed when Jessica says termination is simply a brutal act of killing people. Despite finding her opinions weird, Logan keeps insisting on getting intimate with her. But once again, she turns him down, explaining she only wanted to see how Sandmen live. She also inquires why it's wrong to run away from the city. Logan finally snaps back, suspecting that she might be a runner. However, Jessica points out that she is still young and has a long way to go before she can be terminated. Their conversation is interrupted by Francis, who arrives with two beautiful girls. Jessica takes this opportunity to exit the mansion, while Logan joins his colleague and the two girls. The following day, Logan and Francis enter the Sandmen headquarters while discussing the growing use of facial surgery among runners. Logan wonders if the medics in Clinic 443 may be helping rebels to get such procedures. Inside the headquarters, he hands in all the confiscated objects, including the weird cross from earlier. To his irritation, the computer takes longer than usual to scan these items. Suddenly, the AI takes over the scanning process and commands Logan to sit in front of a large screen screen for questioning. A confused Logan obliges, and the AI asks whether he can identify the cross symbol. He replies that he has no idea what it is. The AI then asks if he knows what the word sanctuary means, and Logan answers that he does not. It is then revealed that the cross symbol is called an ankh, and sanctuary refers to a secret hideout for criminals. The AI calculates that these two things are closely related to the 1,056 runners who fled the domed city. This completely baffles Logan, and he points out that even if the runners escape the city, they must eventually die and be renewed after turning 30. But the AI doesn't answer, and Logan begins to suspect whether renewal was ever real. Suddenly, the AI authorizes Logan to penetrate the city's walls and leave to catch all these runners. This confuses our hero, as there's nothing outside the dome, which is a fact taught to every citizen from their childhood. He inquires about it, but the AI once again remains silent. Instead, it orders Logan to pretend to be a runner so he can find and destroy the sanctuary, which is a secret hideout for criminals. When he points out that the color of his gemstone will give his intentions away, the AI removes years of his life. Now Logan's gemstone glows red, indicating that he is approaching the 30th year of his life. The Sandman panics and wants to know if he will get the years back after completing the mission, but the AI ignores his question and orders him to grab the ankh and leave immediately. Disturbed by this encounter, Logan summons Jessica to his apartment that night. He suspects she has known about the ankh and sanctuary since their first meeting. Thus, he shows her the state of his gem, saying he wants to run away instead of being terminated. Jessica is wary and pretends she knows nothing, but Logan shows the ankh, which matches the pendant on her necklace. He also uses the word sanctuary to get her to believe in his story. However, Jessica accuses him of getting the ankh after killing a runner. Thinking his intentions are not good, she leaves his mansion, unaware that Logan is following her discreetly. Next, she goes to the mall to hang out with her friends. Unbeknownst to Logan, who lurks nearby, her friends are part of a secret group of runners. They tell her to kill Logan because he knows too much about their secrets. A few days later, Jessica goes to Logan's mansion and asks him to visit the arcade with her. She lies to him about wanting to help, when in reality, she's just leading him into a trap. But before anything can happen, Logan gets a notification about another runner. This time, the criminal is on the outskirts of the domed city called the Cathedral. Jessica insists on joining the Sandman on his mission, and he reluctantly agrees. On the way, she asks if Cubs, a gang of young runners, is as wild as the rumors suggest. She asks this because the Cathedral is infamous for being the home to several gangs of Cubs. Logan says the rumors are true, and soon enough, they reach their destination. The area is in a sorry state, and as the duo looks around, they're surprised to find a little girl approaching them. Somewhat cryptically, the kid tells Jessica not to be afraid before running away with her bracelet. Jessica tries to go after her, but Logan warns that this might be a trap. He then uses his scanner and finds the runner which he was notified about, but before he can move, a gang of Cubs jumps out of the shadows and surrounds them. Their leader threatens the Sandman, but Logan calmly says he feels sorry for him. He points out that the leader will soon turn 15 years old, at which point he will be too old to remain in a Cubs gang. Thus, the younger gang members will throw him out. This produces a moment of hesitation in the leader.
Oh shit, I didn't think about that.
And Logan uses the opportunity to fire some warning shots. The gang members get scared and immediately run away, scattering in all directions. Following this, Logan uses his scanner again and finds the runner, who turns out to be a woman. Logan says he wants to help her reach the sanctuary and even shows her the ankh, but the woman is clueless about these things, leaving Logan no option but to find the Cubs again for questioning. Unbeknownst to him, Francis follows him to the cathedral and overhears everything. Just as Logan and Jessica leave the woman behind, Francis sneaks nearby and kills the runner. On their way out of the cathedral, Jessica admits that she was previously trying to kill Logan, but now she genuinely believes his intentions. However, she still refuses to take him to the secret hideout of the runners because they will never trust a Sandman. Logan uses this opportunity to gain her trust even more and announces that he wants a new face, which will make it harder for him to be identified. Thus, the duo goes to Clinic 443, which Logan suspects is secretly helping the runners. At the clinic, the doctor, who supports the runners, pulls Jessica aside. He expresses his skepticism about Logan's true intentions, believing that a Sandman can never try to run away from the domed city. But after Jessica's reassurance, he agrees to go ahead with the procedure. Just as the surgery surgery is about to begin, the doctor gets an anonymous call. Although he doesn't say what he heard out loud, he asks Logan to lie down on the table. He then uses the surgery lasers to attack him, but Jessica realizes what's going on and pushes the doctor off the controls, causing a cut on Logan's chest. Following this, the two men get into a scuffle, and Logan manages to push his opponent onto the operating table. The surgery lasers then slice through and kill the doctor in a horrific manner. At this moment, Francis shows up and tries to stop the duo. Logan temporarily manages to knock him down and escapes the facility. However, knowing that Francis will soon recover and continue chasing them, Jessica guides Logan through a secret tunnel. Eventually, the duo makes it to an abandoned area, which happens to be the hideout of the runners. Without letting anyone know, Logan activates his tracker, alerting the other Sandmen about the location. Meanwhile, a large group of runners surrounds Logan threateningly. They have every intention of killing him until the doctor's secretary arrives at the hideout. She details how Logan wanted a face change and was even pursued by another Sandman. This is enough for the runners to believe in Logan's story, and they give him directions to the sanctuary. Just then, a large explosion blasts through the wall of the hideout, and several Sandmen, including Francis, enter. Logan uses this opportunity to run away with Jessica while shooting at his colleagues to protect her. The duo begins running again until they reach a door that requires an ankh to open it. Jessica removes her necklace, which slips and falls into the water below. So, Logan uses the one he took from the dead runner instead. The door opens, and the two enter right before it closes again, leaving Francis outside. However, he sees Jessica's necklace in the water and retrieves it. He then opens the door and soon returns to the chase. Meanwhile, the duo ends up on an elevator, taking them into a frozen room filled with ice sculptures of different animals. Soon, a creepy robot named Box shows up and announces it has food for them. Logan and Jessica ask about the sanctuary and the other runners who have escaped the domed city. Box then takes them to another room to reveal a horrifying twist. All the runners have been frozen in ice and are used to feed the people living in the city. This room used to be the place where food was delivered. However, when the food supply stopped several years ago, Box began entrapping runners instead. Now, the creepy robot wants to harvest Logan and Jessica too. Soon, a fight ensues, and several misfired lasers from Box cause the whole place to crumble. Logan and Jessica use the distraction to run away and eventually emerge onto the side of a mountain. Once outside, they notice that their gemstones are now clear and no longer under the control of the AI. Venturing further, they discover that vegetation has overrun much of the remains of human civilization. They explore the nearby area, which once used to be the National Mall in Washington, D.C. Within the ruins of the United States Senate chamber, they discover an elderly man with several pet cats. This surprises them both, as neither has ever seen a person this old before. The old man doesn't even remember his name and explains that he has barely seen one or two people before. Suddenly, a cold realization dawns on Logan and Jessica. This sanctuary is a myth. However, their problems go from bad to worse as Francis has followed them all this way. A clash between the two men ensues, in which Logan gains the upper hand and fatally wounds his friend. As Francis dies, he observes that Logan's gemstone is now clear and believes he has renewed. Following this, Logan and Jessica convince the old man to return to the dome. After an arduous journey to the city's walls, they leave the man outside. They then make their way in and try to convince the residents that the Carrousel is a lie and no longer necessary. But the two are quickly captured by other Sandmen and taken to the AI. It interrogates Logan and asks if he has completed his mission, but Logan insists there is no sanctuary, an answer that is not accepted by the programming of the AI. Even after scanning Logan's memories, it can find nothing. This eventually overloads the program, causing many of the city's systems to fail and release the dome's wall to the outside. Logan and Jessica then regroup with the old man as the citizens flee the ruined city, curious about their new surroundings. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.